Good morning. Welcome to Rise and Radke. Thank you guys for watching us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube on replay. Hashtag replay below. Excuse me.
Hi, y'all. Let's talk about the cap. I know. I have never worn a hat before. And when I was growing up, my mother used to tell me all the time I look good in hats. But then she would say, Melissa, you're so cute in that hat. You should wear hats more often. And then in like the 11th grade, I bought a hat and I put it on thinking my mother would be so proud. And she literally looked at my head and went like this. Now something happened. Now Jean, she said to my dad, now Jean, look at her. Now that is weird. When she was a child, she looked so good in hats, but something has changed. So I know I don't look.
What type of hat was it? Was it like a bowler hat or
I don't.
top hat? Or
I want to say it was like a cap, like this.
a trucker cap?
And so I know that I don't look good in caps. I know that. In
But
fact,
that's a good looking hat.
it's a great cap. It's a Jen Hatmaker cap. But I look right before we hit go and hit live. I said, David, you look like you're doing a live with your brother. I'm so sorry. I know, but look.
And you don't look like my brother.
Oh, no, I don't look anything like your brother. But see, look.
Oh.
Well, actually, my hair this morning looked good. It was all like curly and stuff, but I just didn't want to, y'all. So I'm wearing this. I'm wearing my Jen Hatmaker cap, which she looks adorable in hers.
But turn that way.
What?
You could undo it one more. Is it too tight, you think?
No.
I don't think.
I'm going to wear it like this.
No, I don't think that's. I'm not going to name any names.
It's not too tight at all. Why do you think it's too tight?
Oh, I thought you were feeling that.
No.
I'm not going to mention any names, but I had a college roommate that was is a very dear friend. We don't stay in contact like we should. But
nobody wants all the background.
But how did his dad wear his hat?
His dad wore his hat just like this.
So let's keep it like
I would say, Kendall, it looks like... Oh, sorry!
I said no names.
I would say, Kendall, your dad looks like he's conducting a train. Kendall would be like, maybe he is. None of us really know what he does. Okay, so anyway, I'm sorry. This is just my Monday morning hair. And I can't.
Taupe's adorable. Since you have on Jen's hat, if y'all have not checked out Fierce, what's the full title?
Fierce, free, and full of fire.
Fierce, free, full of fire.
Which is exactly how I felt last night, y'all. I had heartburn so bad when I went to bed. I popped 2 times and drank a glass of milk. Can we just talk about age? Can we just talk about age for a moment? I was fierce, free, and full of fire.
What was it? Oh, we had the hot dogs.
We had hot dogs before bed. And I said to you, David, can you please go grill the hot dogs? At 6:30, I said this. When did you walk in the house with the hot dogs? 9 o'clock
That's not true.
David, yes.
I knew you were going to visit the new neighbors, and when you got back,
We're back to topic. Somebody said, I love hats, but I never feel like I'm a hat gal. Okay, so if you're just jumping on, what I told David is that this morning is that I never wear caps, but I did get this cap from Jen Hatmaker, and I really love it, and it's cute, and it's covering up my Monday morning hair. But when I was growing up, all my life, my mother would say, oh, Melissa, you look so adorable in hats. I wish you wore more hats. You look so cute in hats. Get a floppy hat. Get a little cap just to pull your hair back in, Melissa. You look so cute in hats. And I never wanted to wear them, even though I looked adorable in them. And then in the 11th grade, I actually wore one. I went out one morning with a cap on, and I was going to wear it to a school event we were having. And my mother said, and this is a quote, she said to my dad, who was standing there.
Do you know?
She said,
you said this. Do you think just a...
Because only like 200 people were on.
Oh, okay.
And now 730 are just sitting there waiting for the story. She said to me, now I'm going to tell you what. Now, Jean, look at her. When she was young, she looked so adorable in hats. Remember that? But something has happened. Now, that's not common, Jean. Normally, people will look good in hats for the rest of their lives, but now your face has changed or something, Melissa Page, because that does not look good on you. So there you go.
Do you think it has anything to do with what she said last week?
What'd she say last week?
that wreath matched your face.
If y'all missed my mother being on here last week, we were doing it live from the kitchen.
Was that Wednesday?
On Wednesday, we were doing it live from the kitchen, where I have a beautiful wreath hanging in my kitchen, and my mother said, "Melissa, look, that wreath is the exact same shape as your face." Now it's just a round wreath.
That is not just a round face. Mwah.
David, don't. Looks like you're kissing your brother. Okay. Anyway, good morning, everybody.
Hey, I'm sorry. Can we go back to hot dogs for just a second? We our son stayed the night last week with some friends.
Yo, you gotta hear this. Stop what you're doing. Stop working.
Now's the time to share. If you want to share and your friends go, "Why are they sharing this?" and they click on it and they hear this, they'll go,
"Oh,
you
this
are
is
the
why."
smartest person to share this.
This is why. This is the story to end all stories. Please, we're asking you, please share. Right now, share. We're not going to tell you the story until you've shared. There should be 791 shares right now.
Have you shared?
You're going to want to.
Have you hit the share? Have you hit the share?
Okay. Go. There should be 770 something shares right now. Okay. Here's the story. You set it up, but don't deliver it, because you don't deliver stories quite as well. I'm literally, my profession, I'm a storyteller.
Oh.
I'm a storyteller.
Well, then why do you need me to read the preface? Why don't you just get
you set it up. I knock it out of the park.
So our son spent the night. It's the first time he spent the night since COVID. We've been secluded. They've been secluded, and they're driving us nuts.
Not the family.
No, our son. And so anyway, he was going to spend the night with somebody, and they said, what would you boys like for dinner? And the boys voted on chili dogs.
Now to be. So Rocco comes home. Now, before I tell y'all this story, my son has no clue. Like, we have explained sex to him, but like not all parts of it. I probably should stop talking now. So he doesn't know what he's saying. He just is 11 and he doesn't phrase things very well.
But you can't really talk about sex if you leave out parts. Parts are kind of a big deal of it.
No, he knows. Okay, David. Anyway, here's what was said. I said, "Rocco, how was your sleepover?" And he said, "Oh my gosh, it was so great, Mom. I want them to be my second family that I spend the night with." And what he meant by that was, we've always told our kids, you can have 2 families that you spend the night with. 2, that's it. Like, we have to know them really well and hope you like those kids, because those are the only 2 families you get to spend the night with. And he's only ever had 1.
He can have anybody he wants over.
Yeah. And he said, "I want them to be my second family. I had so much fun over there, Mom. I really did. I really liked their family, and they're so nice." And they are. They're wonderful people. And he said, and his dad makes a stout chili dog. And I said, "Rocco, you don't even know what stout means." And he said, "Oh, Mama, I'm telling you, it was so stout. Like, if I belched right now, I could still taste his weenie in my mouth." What? He said, "Seriously, Mr." And he said the dad's name, "Mr. Shane, like, if I belched right now, I could still taste his weenie in my mouth." And I said, "David, and he wants this to be a second family he spends the night with." I don't think so. Good morning, Minneapolis. Sorry that you had to hear that this morning.
The mother, I don't think we've talked to the dad, but the mother lost it.
When I told her that, she said, I literally laughed so loud that my kids came running in the room going, "Oh my God, what?" Yeah, so that's what Rocco said. He doesn't know yet what he said. He just knows it was hilarious. Well, y'all, here's another story for you about our weekend. We've got new neighbors. And I know that a lot of y'all you live in subdivisions or whatever, and you have neighbors. Well, we live out in the boonies, and so we don't get neighbors very often. We don't get new neighbors. In fact,
unless they're born.
Unless they're what?
Unless they're born. That's how we get new neighbors.
Yeah, because we're surrounded by family. So unless my Aunt Melba has another kid, which God help us if she does, but
her grandfather years and years ago bought like 50 or 60 acres.
Oh, here we go. Hope you're going to get your college credits ready.
I'm just giving them.
David's going to give you the acreage.
Anyway, so we're surrounded by family. There's uncles and aunts and grandmother and cousin, and so.
Yeah, so our neighbors are our family. But we just recently got new neighbors right down the road. And my Aunt Melba decides that it would be a great thing to be neighborly and all go in together and buy some gift cards to give to the new family. Bed Bath & Beyond, Lufkin Barbecue, Ray's Drive-In, Target, things that they can get for moving into their house, but also food, you know, because of COVID, we can't make them dinner. So I say, sure, I'll chip in. So I chip in my money. I Venmo my money to Aunt Melba. Then Aunt Melba texts me yesterday and says, Granny and I are going to go see the new neighbors. Stop.
Collaborate
Stop.
and listen.
Granny
Granny's
should
back.
not. Granny should not ever go visit a new neighbor. Nobody has got time for it.
You need to warm up to Granny.
You gotta warm
love
up to her.
Granny, but you got to warm up.
You got to warm up to her. This is how Granny meets new people. Hi, I'm Mary Willman. Did you know there was a murder down the street? We did finally find out who did it, and we went to church with him for years and never knew he was a killer. I mean, that's how, you know, this is the same woman who one time was sitting and talking with a woman for literally 30 minutes after church. They were talking like this, and my granny was praying for her. And finally I said, Granny, I'm going to help you walk out to the car after you're done with her, okay? And Granny's like, okay, we're just going to pray. And then when I walked Granny out to the car, I said, Granny, I didn't know you were friends with her. And this is what Granny said. Well, you know, her mother's trash. So that's who we're talking about. Melba comes down to pick me up. And in the car is Melba and Granny and Meredith and me. Now, I want to ask you what you would think if we pulled... And Remy jumps in, and Rocco gets on his four-wheeler and follows along behind us.
So they're going to... I asked Melissa, I don't think this is a good idea. No one likes pop-ins. No one likes that, especially if you just moved in. They haven't been unpacked, they haven't anything. Nobody likes pop-in. So, to take that up a level, they're going to bum rush them with the entire family. What kind of sense does that make?
First of all, nobody's going to bum rush anybody. We can't rush. None of us move fast. We pull up, y'all, and she doesn't come outside because she clearly has a common sense in her head. The woman doesn't come outside. She probably wasn't even dressed. She probably is in the shower. The husband comes outside, and here are these women, and everyone is talking at the same time. Everyone. Meredith is going, well, we just wanted to welcome y'all in the neighborhood.
Thank you for getting...
Do it, David. Meredith's like this. We got
It's
you
so
a
nice
gift
to
card
meet
to
you.
Raise, because
We're
that's
excited.
where we
Do you
love
like
the steak finger
everything?
baskets.
Is it good? Is
Do
it
y'all,
nice?
you
You
know
get
if
moved
you're
in
gonna
okay?
see your wife doing all right? I see y'all have a kitten. It was absolute pandemonium. I looked back at one point, and the man was going just like this. He did not know which woman to talk to or to answer. We get in the car, and my granny goes, he's gonna think we're as crazy as pinned up chickens in a coop. Which I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna tell you right now, it's pretty crazy. So there we were, and tell them what I wore. And you said, how are you wearing that to meet your neighbors for the first time?
Well, at first, she was just going to wear her nightgown.
I wasn't planning on getting out of the car. Why would I put a bra on for somebody that hasn't proven themselves to me?
So she was wanting to roll up with her low headlights on. And I said...
Roll up with the low lights.
I said, no, ma'am, you're going to put on some support and you're going to put on some clothes. And
it wasn't
so she
just
did.
a nightgown. It was one of those little house robes, like a muumuu. That's what they call it, a muumuu.
So then she walks out, and you may have seen it before. It's a really bright green where, what's her real name? Ruth? No.
Her name is B. Arthur.
B. Arthur. B.
She's
Arthur.
Dorothy on the Golden Girls.
B. Arthur is in like, is it pink? And like you can't hardly see it, so bright. It looks like she was expecting like an FBI raid, and they were looking for that shirt, and so she wadded it up as small as she could and shoved it into something, because that's how wadded up and wrinkled it was. And she thought, this is what I'm going to go meet the new neighbors.
So, and it said, well, you didn't even get to the best part. It says at the bottom, resting bee face. As in B-E-A, B. Arthur, resting bee face. And when I walk out the car, Melba goes, this is how Melba goes, seriously, that's what you're wearing? And my granny looked up and she said, you know, I never cared for her. And I said, you don't like B. Arthur? And she said, I never cared for any of them. All they want to do is talk about sex and men and sex and sex and men and sex. It's like living with Melba. So y'all, I wore my resting bee face, and then the woman didn't even come out. She didn't get to see it. That is what it's like when you live near us. Oh, Nash just walked through. We know. He's on patrol. He's looking out for squirrels. Okay.
Hey, but we did have some other highlights of the weekend.
I would just like to say, I feel like it's a great time to segue that, did you know, listen to this. This is the truth, y'all. I didn't make this up. It does sound like something I would make up, but I'm not making it up. I heard it on the news. The most watched television show for April, this past April, as in a couple weeks ago, April, across streaming services, across cable networks, the most watched show. People are stuck in their homes, and do you know what it was? I literally want to see what y'all are going to say. What was the most, David and I were like, what? What is the most watched show?
Carol Baskins killed her husband, whacked him.
Can convince me that it didn't happen. Fed him to, I'm giving y'all time.
Fed him to tigers.
They snacking. Carol Baskin. Okay, can I come and spend the weekend with you and your family? Tanya, you're not on enough medicine. I don't care how much medicine you're taking. It's not enough. You are making my Monday morning. I want to live in your hood. That is exactly what it is. Somebody get me a shirt that says something about hood on it. You guys are...
we got a winner.
Yes! Pepita! It was The Golden Girls was the most watched show in April. And y'all,
now,
that's what I'm saying. People are finding Jesus again and the Golden Girls during quarantine.
But do you think it had anything to do
with me? Probably.
It's on in our house 24 hours a day. Do you think that could skew the numbers?
I think it's me wearing my B. Arthur shirt without a bra.
Bra?
Without a bra. It's braless B. People are like, ooh, I got to watch that again. No, it's not Friends.
They go like this.
Friends can sit and bow to the Golden Girls.
They see your B. Arthur shirt and then they're like, oh, I got to see what's down there. What is down there?
Dusty just said, wait, did you end up meeting the wife? No, I don't even know what she looks like. Why would somebody not want to come out and meet me? I don't understand
Maybe
that.
if somebody gave us a pop-in and you weren't fully clothed and primped and all that, there's no way you would go to the door.
David, I'm literally doing a live right now in a cap.
You would shove me and
David, there are 1.1 thousand people looking at me thinking, what happened?
They can look at you and go, if she's that confident,
I'm that confident. You know the saying, have the kind of confidence that a middle schooler has on TikTok. Well, y'all should be, I'm going to have the kind of confidence Melissa has on Rise and Radke. Oh, by the way, my granny said in the car last night, Melissa, I was talking to the girls in Houston.
What?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what she's talking about. I don't know who the girls in Houston are. Melissa, I was talking to the girls in Houston, and they tell me they keep up with you on a show called Rise and Radke. Now, what is it? What is that? And she goes, and they all said if we decided not to have a family reunion, for you to just announce it on there, because that's where they would all see it. So, I just want to tell y'all we're not going to be having a family reunion this year. Y'all, what am I going to do with my granny? What am I going to do with her? So anyway, we met the neighbors.
Dawn just said, hey, David, who's that lady with the hat?
Y'all, it's me. I just didn't know what's going on here. I'm getting my hair done on Thursday. Back off, America. Oh gosh, there's my phone.
There's your phone.
Hello.
She doesn't think that, you know, she's on, that she's on a live, and she shouldn't take a phone call.
No, are you a telemarketer?
So,
are you a telemarketer? Are you a telemarketer? Are you a telemarketer? Are you, Ethan, are you a telemarketer? Is this a telemarketing call? Ethan, I'm on a live. 1,000 people are watching me right now. Ethan, how many people are watching? Okay, he hung up. He hung up.
Who was Ethan with?
Somebody just said, Melissa, do you have a podcast? Natalie, my God, I can't with you.
She doesn't have a podcast.
I have two.
She has two.
And one of them is really good. Okay.
They're both really good.
I guess the other thing, what other thing were we going to tell them about this weekend? I was going to tell them about the book I'm reading.
Scoob came out, for those of y'all with kids.
Scoob is cute.
Scooby-Doo, it has always been Remy's love life. It does not matter that next Friday she turns 14. She is still wildly, madly, passionate in love with him. So we did watch Scoob. It actually was a good little show. Then we watched a throwback of Ride Along 2.
Ride Along 2 with Kevin Hart. Remy has a thing for Kevin Hart.
And
We're dealing with it.
I finished. Rocco and Melissa bailed on me a couple of weeks ago, but I finished The Last Dance last night. If you have not seen The Last Dance and you're an American,
Let's dance.
What are you doing?
The last dance. Let's dance. The last dance tonight. I love how you did jazz hands at the same time, David. That's not concerning. Guys, I got this at Sam's this weekend. Shout out to them, but probably everywhere has it. Did I get it because of Oprah's Book Club 2020? Yes. Have you guys heard about this? It's called Hidden Valley Road, and I just wanted to show you the size of it so y'all would know how smart I am.
Is that how you get to Hidden Valley Ranch?
Yeah. Hidden Valley Road, inside the mind of an American family. This is the story of a real life family, Don and Mimi Galvin, who had 12 children, 12 children, 6 of which ended up with schizophrenia. 6 of the 12 ended up with schizophrenia. It is, and I am only on page, oh, well, I'm not, that's not very far at all, but I'm only page.
If you choose to have 12 children, isn't it a scientific conclusion that you are also schizophrenic?
What?
If you choose to have 12 children, something's going on, right? In your
We're
head?
going to get complaints about that comment, just so
Well,
you know.
if-
Just so you know.
12 children?
I would love to have a big house.
12?
I grew up watching Seventh Heaven until I knew he was a perf, and then I quit watching it, but I always wanted a lot of children.
But that's still 7
Hey,
heaven.
so anyway, that's a really, y'all, I'm about 100 pages in. This is a really great and interesting book. Very interesting read. I'm going to tell y'all right now, but I like this kind of stuff right here. So, now that we're going to get complaints, David.
We're not getting complaints. No, if anybody has 12 children that is watching, my apologies to you. I am amazed that you have time to watch us if you have 12 children, though. That's a little excessive. 12?
David, shut up.
It ain't the 30s.
That ain't hush. All right, so that's pretty much all that happened to us this weekend. That was our weekend in a nutshell.
Oh, we also battened down the hatches for the big storm of
The
2020.
big storm of 2020 was coming. Look at us today. What is going on? You know, it's that weather guy. He knows that I find him fascinating with his tiny little suits.
So he's teasing you.
He's teasing me. He's teasing me. I tweeted him. Oh, and by the way, somebody just said, I watched y'all's Rise and Radke on Friday. Did you contact the company? I did. I contacted, if you didn't watch Rise and Radke on Friday, I told a story about how I went to a restaurant in the Woodlands, Texas this weekend, took a bite of my refried beans, felt something in my mouth, rolling in my mouth. My sister-in-law has 17 children. I want her to be on the podcast. I have 4 and it feels like 12. I have 2 and it feels like 22.
17?
Just found you on here the other day. Now I found you on TV.
Missy's grandmother was one of 23.
I'm telling you, David, my husband is the baby of 7. I wish I'd have had a big family. I grew up an only child.
Her dad is 1 out of 14.
Okay.
I have to apologize.
You might need to let your new neighbor know that they live next to a celebrity. What did y'all think I went to tell them? Welcome to the neighborhood? No, I went to tell them. Look who it is. No, what I was saying was Friday on here, I told the story of how David and I went to a really nice restaurant in the Woodlands, Texas. I took a bite of my refried beans. I tasted something in my mouth, rolling around in my mouth. And lo and behold, it was a black glove. It was the tip of someone's black glove. They had been chopping up beans or food or whatever it is they do back there. And I had their black glove in my mouth during a time of COVID. All weekend long, I've had a sore throat. I think I got it from that black glove. Anyway, long story short, if I did get COVID from that black glove, David and I now own a Mexican restaurant in the Woodlands. But I did write the company. I didn't tell you that, but I did. I wrote them a really long thing.
Was it scathing?
No, it wasn't scathing. I told them I'm huge fans of theirs. I love their restaurant. And I said, and I know that accidents happen. I know that accidents happen. It was the way the manager handled it that was shocking to my system. So I did it. I handled it. Now, whether anything will happen, I don't know. But you know what? I handled it gracefully. Nelda, my Aunt Nelda just got on here. You missed a whole lot of great stories about Granny this weekend. A whole lot of great stories.
Yeah, you're going to want to
Please rewind. Okay, that's it for us this morning.
What you got going on here?
Oh, my shirt. Don't, David, I don't have my Spanx on underneath it.
Oh.
We have sold how many of these shirts this weekend?
Oh, my Lord. I don't know. But
Hundreds and hundreds of these shirts.
Our third party people are going to be excited and frustrated.
The company that sends these out for us is pretty hacked off. But yeah, here it is. This sucks, but God is good. There's no better time to wear it than right now. If you wear this this shirt with a mask and you go to the grocery store, you're going to get stopped. I'm just going to say.
Hey, I don't want to put you on the
Jennifer
spot.
says, what was the restaurant? I didn't tell the restaurant, and I'm not going to tell the restaurant. I don't want to do that to them.
I know you're not going to do this, so I'm not putting you on the spot, but we had several people saying, can you put that on a mask?
I saw some of those. People say, this sucks, but God is good. Can I put it on a mask? I wouldn't even know how to do that. Plus, I like to think that we're not going to wear masks forever. Oh. Okay, that's it, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We've had a big number, and I'm really glad we have because my stories, they were amazing. They were amazing. I'm not going to lie. It was a great day for storytelling. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Oh, I missed how to get your shirt.
I will.
Denise, right? You just go to melissaradke.com and shop.
I'll put a direct link up above to make it easier for you to find. So,
Up above,
or you
up
can
above.
look down in Melissa's.
Shauna, you need
page.
one, girl. Shauna, you need one. Go to melissaradke.com/shop, or we'll just put a direct link up there. Can you show the book again? I sure can. Now, listen. If something...
1,000 Little Pieces. What is it? What was that? What was that?
Million Little Pieces by James Frank. Remember when that man wrote that story and then Oprah ripped him apart?
Well, Oprah's one that set him up to. He made a gajillion
James
dollars.
Frank, yeah.
And then it was
well,
all
this isn't. But
that.
this man that wrote this book wasn't in this family. Okay. Somebody wants Granny on the podcast, Natalie Jones. Let me tell you something. I don't think we're ready.
The Federal Communication, the FCC has
Would shut us
asked
down.
not to do
They would shut us down. She called me this morning and said, Melissa.
No, that's not what she said.
She called you and said,
No. But when you called her, what did she say?
hello. Now y'all know where I get clearing my throat. I get it from her. All right. See y'all tomorrow. That's all I got, Dave.
That's it? Just like
Just like that.
Hey,
I give it. Well, I'm not. We'll save it for tomorrow.
Hey, y'all have a wonderful week. Be watching out this week. We've got new Tutorial Tuesdays coming at you. We have got a new streamer coming at you. And we may just throw some extra lives at you.
Baby, you've got to get that big piece of skin in your ear.
Okay, we may be doing a pimple popper episode as well.
It's not a pimple.
Okay, it's a skin.
Bye, y'all.
skin
Stop
scraper.
talking and hit this button. Stop
Have a
talking
great
and
week.
hit the button.